and talk about a hopeless situation in this chapter of One Piece. So let's start off the beginning. Ichiji, Niji, and Yonji actually busted through the candy wall made by Paris Barrow to try and get Caesar away so they can make the escape. Doesn't work because it doesn't take long for the commanders and Big Mom to catch up. Big Mom constantly taunting Luffy, "Yo, Luffy, what happened to that speech you gave? Remember the speech you gave about kicking my ass? What happened to that?" And then she said, "Yo, what happened to the speech about when you said you're going to become Pirate King? I'm going to win on this island." So Big Mom constantly taunting Luffy. Sanji trying to get him out of dodge. Doesn't work. He pulls a 180, goes into Gear 4. That was an epic moment. However, we should have seen this coming a mile away. Luffy, even in Gear 4, and Big Mom still absorbed it by using Armament Haki. So Fisticuffs is not going to work against Big Mom. And if that's an indication, just imagine what's going to happen if Luffy goes up against Kaido. Yeah, like I said, a no-win situation. How easily the Vinsmokes got pinned down, including Judge. He gets struck down by Zeus, like by Big Mom. I'm pretty sure he's not dead though. So, and again, you had Ichiji grabbed hold of by Katakuri. So he's putting in the work. Smoothie finally doing stuff by, I believe she had a hold of Reiju, so that could be a problem. Remember her abilities, right? Yep. Luffy and Sanji down. Luffy, I guess, gassed out by using Gear 4, so he can't do much.
So Sanji gets pinned down by Daifuku. By the way, that means Sanji's not taking down any Yonko commanders anytime soon. Because I'm sorry, if you can't deal with Daifuku, what the hell chance do you stand against Katakuri? Speaking of which, like I said, you got Ichiji cornered by Katakuri. You got Smoothie grabbing hold of Reiju. It's a bad situation for the Vinsmokes. You have Big Mom literally grab a hold of Niji and Yonji like them, nothing more than dolls at this point. So it's a problem. So he goes into Gear 4 and Big Mom tanks his hit, right? She uses Armament Haki, she blocks the hit. And then Luffy says, "After I get done dealing with Kaido, I'm coming back to kick your ass." Explain to me, if you can't deal with Big Mom, how in the hell is Luffy supposed to do Kaido if you can't deal with Big Mom? And I'm sorry, it's just common sense at this point. Okay, even if, he reveals Gear 5 on Wano, that's like the equivalent of Goku going into his new Super Saiyan God mode and surpassing Jiren and possibly the Gods of Destruction as well. So he may be able to level the playing field against Kaido, but I don't think he's surpassing Kaido anytime soon. So Mom says there's no way you're taking down that thing down. So even Big Mom's like is hyping up Kaido, which just begs the question: would Luffy be able to deal with Big Mom had his entire crew been there? Even with the whole crew, do you think they stand a chance against Kaido at this point, even with the Supernova? Because keep this in mind, okay, even if Kid and Law team up with Luffy, Kid got fucked up by Kaido already, okay? We don't know what happened to Hawkins, and we don't know what happened to Killer. Apu's already working under Kaido, and Law got his shit wrecked by Doflamingo. Let's be real here, okay? And Doflamingo shits his pants thinking about Kaido. So keep that in mind. So even with the trio of Luffy, Kid, and Law, and Big Mom already absorbing a hit from Gear 4 Luffy, do you honestly think that's going to be enough? I don't. Something miraculous is going to have to happen on Wano, or they're gonna bail Wano like they're doing with Whole Cake Island. So, and by the way, if that begs the question, I don't think Kaido's going down in Wano either. Which, like I said, I think that's going to be reserved for Elbaf, just because there's a potential of the fourth poneglyph, Road Poneglyph, being on Elbaf. It makes sense. Revelations that I thought pretty fascinating. The whole revelation of Stussy being a member of a Cypher Pole CP0, that blew me out the water. Cause like, whoa, okay, so Cypher Pole. So if CP0, a member of CP0 in the underground, are on Whole Cake Island, what's to stop other members of CP0 showing up? And remember, Teach bailed when Cypher Pole came to Beltigo. So because the Blackbeard pirates came to town, the revolutionaries already got out of Dodge. In came the Marines, and in comes Cypher Pole. We don't know what unit, but Teach still bailed. Okay, so keep that in mind. And there's a lot of people that say that Blackbeard may show up on Whole Cake Island. I don't think so. No, because there's way too many people, top tier fighters under Big Mom already. The commanders and Big Mom herself. So unless that Tomato Bako box pisses her off to the point where she loses it again, like I said, because the Tomato Bako box did blow up. See the Whole Cake Castle coming down, beginning to come down. I don't know what's going to happen next. That could serve as a way of us escaping. But another thing to point out too is what Jinbei finally stepping up. And I said this in my previous review. The previous past 4 to 5 chapters, ever since he grabbed a cup of sake and said, "I'm leaving your crew, Big Mom," he hasn't really done a whole lot. So now it's like Jinbei stepping up to protect Luffy, and this could be potentially where Jinbei sacrifices himself to save Luffy. Speaking of death flags, it doesn't look good for the Vinsmokes right now. You have each and every member pinned down, including George. Either a miracle happens and they're saved, or they're gonna get executed, like Big Mom stated. Literally has Yonji, she has Ichiji and Niji in her hands. Well, they can't bail at this point because the Daifuku is cornering Sanji. Like I said, if you can't deal with Daifuku, how the hell are you supposed to deal with Katakuri? Ichiji couldn't even handle that. So the power scaling is broke at this point. He awakens his new gear in this arc and is somehow able to defeat Big Mom, which I don't think is happening because there's not enough time for that, I don't think. Or somehow Big Mom gets incapacitated, or she loses it. She loses sight of the Straw Hats and they bail. By the way, you have Brule copied herself as Caesar Clown now, so what the fuck's going on? By the way, you know your purpose was to try and get Caesar through so they can get the hell out of Dodge, but that's not happening. How easily he cornered Capone and Caesar Clown, and if it wasn't Ichiji, I'm pretty fucking sure. So, and yeah, you cannot make the argument point that Ichiji did get blown in, but because of his mochi ability, he didn't really do a whole lot. So, and remember, I don't think they can use Haki, so that again, that doesn't help them. As strong as the Vinsmokes are, that's the setbacks. Okay, Sanji may be the strongest Vinsmokes physically speaking, because remember, without the gear, what can the Vinsmokes do? Just keep that in mind. It's a train wreck at this point. Like I said, yeah, and now you have Cypher Pole, a member of CP's. Now, I found that very interesting because Rob Lucci was also part of the underground. Because remember, we saw his silhouette in Punk Hazard, and we know he was tailing the revolutionaries on Dressrosa. So, could it be possible that all the members of Cypher Pole are part of the underground? That's interesting. We could have assumed that other members of Cypher Pole, CP9, were upgraded to CP0, but I don't think that's the case now. Because we heard Kaku in the anime talking to Rob Lucci. I didn't see Caulifla, see Blueno, and I didn't see anybody else from CP9. Did you? So could it be possible that there are new members that we've yet to see from Cypher Pole? So I thought that was kind of a cool revelation. Also, she took out Default relatively easy. She's like, yo, you just killed yourself, and you got Morgan's there catching the scoop. So remember how Cypher Pole in Dressrosa kind of like manipulated the media to make it seem like Doflamingo stepped down as a Shishiba guy, but he didn't, so maybe they could do something here. So I thought that was kind of interesting. The bottom line though, guys, power scaling is broke, Big Mom is broke, and the Straw Hat's chances of taking down Big Mom not happening, 0. We have the 20th anniversary, is probably going to be the final chapter of this arc. And what do you think is going to happen on Wano? Like I said, chances of Luffy taking on Kaido and defeating him now are slim. Slim to none. So that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Like this review if you did appreciate that. Comment down with your thoughts about this chapter. And what do you think is going to happen at the end of the Whole Cake Island. Subscribe to the channel for more One Piece. Catch you guys later. Bye.